Black Ops 6 Zombies. A game that brought up so much hype from the teasers to the reveal of Terminus, and then it went all downhill with Liberty Falls. I ain't gonna cap. I am excited for both maps. Sure, I'm definitely going to be playing Terminus first, but I am also excited for Liberty Falls also. But going along with that, the main topic of this video today is, will it be better than Black Ops 3? Yes, no, who the fuck knows? But in my opinion, I honestly think out of all the games that we've had in recent years, this game has probably the highest potential, in my opinion, to be better than BO3. Now let's take what BO3 has that, you know, what made it good. At that time, of course, we were going into new mechanics, the gobblegums, you know, we were going into new gen consoles, we had a new crew, we had the beast mode, we had the giant, which of course was like a small map with our ether crew, you know, we had a ton of shit. And then of course with the DLC cycle, drop it off, bang off at the start with, you know, Der Eisendrache, a cool ass boss fight with cool ass wonder weapons. Zetspo, granted, compared to that of Der Eisendrache, it's not really, you know, all that enticing, but you know, Zetspo's still great in its own right. The Easter egg in the cutscene, in my opinion, is one of the best in the cutscenes ever, and one of the best maps for a story ever, in my opinion. The setting for that map suits it great, and of course, it's not like a direct copy of Shinonuma. No, it's its exact own thing. And of course, following the story of Taki, learning so much about the Ultimus version and the Primus version, the story on that map is insane. And then of course God Krovi bringing in so much hype with the PPSH coming back, the Raygun Mark III, which was speculated so much around Black Ops 3, especially with Black Ops 2 bringing in the Raygun Mark II with DLC 3s buried. So obviously people were going to speculate if DLC 3s, Black Ops 3s was going to bring in the Raygun Mark III. But then of course you had the stuff like the dragons where you could fly the dragons. And then of course along with that you had one of the toughest Easter eggs to solve with the Valve step. And of course the bomb step was gone, everyone on their toes. The boss fight before Gobblegums like Idolize, and of course near-death experience, self-medication, all that stuff. This boss fight was difficult as shit, and I'm pretty sure at that time this boss fight was the most difficult, until we learned that, you know, you could just use in plain sight to keep Nikolai's stealth like a good 10 seconds, I think, and of course the Raygun Mark III being like a boss against him. But that's beside the point. The map itself is still great, and then of course giving us that teaser at the end showing revelations, and then of course Dr. Monty speaking to us.
Nikolai, Dempsey, Takeo, I'm only talking to you right now. Richthofen, you can't hear me.
Yeah, no, boy was like, fuck you, Richthofen, I'm not going to speak to you. But then, of course, we go on to Revelations, and so much hype was surrounding this. People were speculating the staffs were coming back, when in reality it was just the generators. Very disappointed, but you know what it is what it is. The Apothicon Servant coming back with, of course, its upgrade, as the upgrade for Shadows of Evil for the Apothicon Servant was cut out. But the upgrade for the Apothicon Servant was such a huge thing within Shadows of Evil that they decided to make a fully fledged Easter egg for it within Revelations. It was just that popular, instead of using the glitch that you would get in Black Ops 3 Shadows of Evil.
I don't know if you do it in that order or in the opposite order. If you press triangle and then press
wait, I did it! I did it! Did I do it? I did it! I did what you said to do. I did what you said to do. Yes!
What, you did what Louis said to do, or what I said to do?
What you said. I did it!
It's awesome. And then of course they brought back the Thunder Gun and the Tommy Gun, and as much as I'm happy that they brought back the Thunder Gun, the Tommy Gun though, that's just a pea shooter. Aside from that though, as much as, you know, I enjoyed Revelations, I don't know if I can say the same for the community.
I have a killing time for you.
Oh my god!
Why was it hurting me? I had a shield.
Because they can hit you through the fucking shield.
But going off of that, we then got the big boy in 2017. Zombies Chronicles. Remastering 8 maps. Nacht, Verrückt, and Shinonuma from World at War. And then of course with Black Ops 1 bringing in Kino, Ascension, Shangri-La, and Moon. Leaving unfortunately Call of the Dead in 5. And then of course going off of that, we have Black Ops 2 Origins. And then let's compare all that to Black Ops 6. But specifically, you know, we can't just compare everything in BO3 to Black Ops 6, especially when the Black Ops 6 life cycle isn't even over yet. So let's just talk about the launch. Shadows of Evil at launch, everyone was very, I want to say 50-50 on it. You know, a lot of people were excited, a lot of people were negative because it was new, you know, you had the Cthulhu type shit, like, a lot of people were on edge for Shadows of Evil.
I love edging.
And not the good kinds. Then, of course, you had the Giant, which this is why I think Black Ops 3 definitely had one of, if not the best launch for a Zombies game ever. Granted, it had some glitches, but in terms of the maps that we got, you have Shadows of Evil trying out the new mechanics and the new skills, and of course, the new map itself with a lot of different stuff to do compared to your average zombie maps. And then, of course, we got a one-on-one remaster with the Giant, following our Ether crew, you know, seeing the events from Origins after Shadows of Evil, with how Richtofen had teleported there, you know, killed his older self. It's literally a 1-on-1 remaster. You're not turning into beast mode, you've not got a big quest, it's just simple playing the Giant. Of course, the Giant did have some cool Easter eggs, you know, the Annihilator.
I want to play a game. Let's play hide and seek. Those were her exact words.
I know this weapon is not of this dimension.
Sooner or later, I will find you.
It's just a fucking Annihilator. Going off of that, let's compare those two maps to that of Terminus and Liberty Falls. Terminus is being said to be one of, if not the biggest, zombies map ever within Zombies, filled with the most side quests, of course a main quest, going back to the Black Ops 3 style of difficulty, so not too easy, but not too hard either. And of course we're not being handheld. The only thing we're being handheld for is Pack-a-Punch, which, you know, isn't really a bad thing. But the thing with Shadows of Evil is that the Pack-a-Punch process was so different. Along with that, the power process within Shadows of Evil is different as well. Every time you go into Beast, there are shop boxes around the map to open up new areas or to turn on perks. Within Terminus, as far as I'm aware, there are 3 generators. There's one in Spawn, there's one down near the boats area, and then there's one down in the laboratory deep below the prison. There's definitely a huge difference here. I'm pretty sure for Terminus you're collecting souls for the power, whereas in Shadows of Evil you're just shocking boxes. Now, if I had to say which one was better, I can't really say. Honestly, I think they're just equally as okay for power, you know. Shadows of Evil was just a simple shock, whereas, you know, in Terminus, you know, you're going, killing zombies, collecting souls, and of course you're turning on power because of it. But I want to say maybe in Terminus they spawn in specific zombies that maybe don't give you points, maybe zombies that don't end the round, kind of like Zetsubo no Shima's skull. Within Zetsubo no Shima, every time you done a skull to get the skull of Nansapwe, you would get your normal zombies which would give you points, and then zombies that just would not give you points at all. Those zombies that would not give you points do not count to the round, so if you were to kill all of them, the round wouldn't end. And I kind of hope Terminus goes down that same route. We then have, of course, the Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch in Shadows of Evil is vastly different compared to any other Pack-a-Punch that we've ever gotten in Call of Duty Zombies history. You're going around to each area, being Spawn, Canals, Footlight, and Waterfront, and within each area you need to go into Beast Mode and unlock an item, whether that be shocking a few boxes, meleeing crates, or meleeing a secret area. Now, for this, each area, once you grab it, and of course the summoning key, each area you go to will start what is called a ritual. You'll see someone that is very close to each character within these areas. Each time the ritual was done, a gate worm would spawn in. You would pick up that gate worm, and in total you would need to pick up 4. Once you collect all 4 gate worms, you would need to go deep down below ground to open up Pack-a-Punch. You then place the 4 gate worms on these pedestals, 2 on each left side of you, and then 2 right in the middle close to where the Pack-a-Punch machine actually is. Once you do that, you go to the main altar, place down the summoning key, and an epic lockdown will start, coming in again with a lot of keepers and the epic music that Shadows of Evil brings, until eventually Pack-a-Punch is then unlocked. For Terminus though, I think is completely different. The gameplay that we have seen in Terminus, all you're doing is simply, of course, turning on power like you do. After that, Pack-a-Punch will then raise from the water. Now there seems to be somewhat of a machine that you can activate down there where the Pack-a-Punch machine is underwater. I don't know if you need to dive underwater to activate and then it raises, or you need to activate something, you know, next to the last power switch within the laboratories, because that's where the Pack-a-Punch is. But again, here comes the big factor. With Shadows of Evil, you had to figure it out, and you were going on an even bigger quest compared to that of just turn on power, go into a machine, and then boom, Pack-a-Punch is open. No, you had to do 4 rituals, a big lockdown, and then Pack-a-Punch would open. With this, it's just simply turn on power and Pack-a-Punch is open. But again, biggest factor with that is that with every single map that we're getting for Black Ops 6, yes, the Easter eggs will not be handheld compared to that of Cold War, but the only difference here is that every map will handheld you and tell you how to get Pack-a-Punch. After that, you're completely on your own. Now, do I mind that system? No, but I definitely still think it should not be in there, and we should still solve Pack-a-Punch for ourselves. But hey, that's just me. Shadows of Evil is big in its own right, but Terminus, by looking at it, is twice as bigger, or even just a tiny bit bigger. You've got the big prison as itself, you've got the laboratory, and then you've got a big boat that you can go to where Wonder Fizz is, and then you've got different islands that you can go on a boat, which you yourself, the player, can control to go to these different islands. And Shadows of Evil had cool ass side quests like the upgraded little Arnies, and of course getting a free gobblegum by throwing the Widow's Wine grenades at the lion heads within the Canals district. So really cool, but we don't know the Terminus side eggs, but all we know is that Terminus does have the most side eggs. This could mean ciphers, this could mean upgrades, this could mean anything. So honestly, as it stands right now, from what we've seen, I definitely think Shadows of Evil as a whole would definitely be, you know, probably will still be the better launch map. But of course, when Black Ops 6 Zombies launches, this opinion can change. So I should have said that at the start of the video. This opinion is subject to change, as I am aware Terminus is not out yet. We need to wait a whole month. So I'm only going off of what we've been shown and what we've been told by the content creators that were able to play Black Ops 6 Zombies early. But I definitely do think, from what I've seen, Terminus can be one of the best launch maps ever. And again, has potential to be the best launch map. But do I think it will? In my opinion, no, but I definitely think it could be easy top 3 depending on how they play this out. Now let's go on to the big boy, the big drama in the zombies community right now, Liberty Falls. Now of course the Giant, I don't need to explain much. It's a one-on-one remaster of Derice with upgraded graphics. Of course it's not the Ultimus crew, it is the Premise crew. It takes place after Shadows of Evil, where you see all of our characters teleport from Origins to the Giant except Richtofen. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But of course Richtofen teleports to Shadows of Evil to grab the summoning key and then meets up with the rest of our crew back in the Giant to slay off a bunch of zombies to then craft the big giant robot to then head to the Horizon Draft. Simple as it is. But Liberty Falls takes place, or at least I'm pretty sure when, you know, the cutscene takes place, you know, the intro cutscene takes place the same time as Terminus does. But in the gameplay, apparently, one of the characters, you know, that you hear for your radio mentions that it's been 24 hours, so it's a day after Terminus, apparently. Again, going off from what I've heard here. But Liberty Falls, compared to that of the Giant, you can obviously see what map looks more like a zombies map. And you know, as much as I hate to break it to you, you know, there's not much zombified stuff within Liberty Falls. Does this mean it's not a zombies map? No, it is still a zombies map. It 100% is. It just doesn't feel like one. Though I will say the inside areas where you can go into Liberty Lanes, which is like the baseball court, the church, and of course the comic book store, all of that feels zombified in a way. You know, the comic book store, it has that cool ass trap with, you know, the laser eyes, Etherealia. And then after that, in Liberty Lanes, of course, you have the Mr. Peaks, you know, light up sign. And then just the whole place in general feels like the town remaster in Black Ops 3 Customs, where you can go in the bowling area. At least that's how it feels to me. And then, of course, the church area, need I say less, it's in the Dark Ether. Of course, it's going to feel like zombies. But everything else just doesn't. It just feels like an open MP map, which I can't say it feels like that. I can say it looks like that, but I can't say it feels like that. Let's talk about, you know, comparisons here. Now, everyone's saying Liberty Falls is a bonus map. This is where I'm kind of going to somewhat, like, lead into the marketing of Liberty Falls here. Liberty Falls is not being marketed as a bonus map. It's being marketed as a fully fledged zombies map with a full quest and a lot of shit to do. Maybe not a lot of side quests compared to that of Terminus, but, you know, it's got some in there. But, you know, they're not wrong. But from what it looks like a bonus map. And you know, that's how I felt with Black Ops 3, Shadows of Evil, where at that time you're throwing yourself into a new map, new mechanics within the map, and of course new mechanics within the game as a whole. The Giant, you're going into, you know, a familiar map that you are aware of, which is update graphics. Of course, you're with a crew that you are well aware on who they are, and of course, the only thing that's different is the new mechanics. And that's why I liked the Giant and Shadows of Evil. If you do not know how to work the new mechanics, play the Giant. You're playing a map with a crew that you're familiar with, and on a map that you're familiar with just updated graphics and new mechanics. Play that map, get used to the new mechanics and stuff. The only thing with Shadows of Evil was the fact that, you know, there was new stuff within it. I raised my hands, like, I'm just trying to say, I think Liberty Falls will play as a bonus map, but it's not being marketed as one. But hey, that might just be me. But I will say the one thing Liberty Falls, and I don't even need to like see gameplay of it, the one thing Liberty Falls has above the Giant is the fact that it will have a fully fledged main quest. Bet there's so many more cool steps to do, and of course there potentially might be a boss fight. Who knows, we could fight Samantha and, you know, the Sophia like big robot thing. I highly doubt that, but you know, I'm just saying that as a cool ass idea because I personally think that would be cool as fuck. But you know, going off of that, again, there's nothing, you know, too special to say about Liberty Falls. The only thing I can say is that it's more open area. I think there'll be more to do on the map than the Giant, but with the Giant, it definitely feels more zombified. And this is where I just feel like, you know, the marketing, you know, for Liberty Falls could have been more better. And I will say that Liberty Falls definitely beats in terms of Easter eggs. But, you know, I still think it will play like a bonus map. But it was never its intention to be like a bonus map. But at the same time, look at the difference. You got the biggest zombies map of all time coming on launch being Terminus, with a shit ton of side quests and a big main quest on top of that, when Liberty Falls is a much smaller map with a main quest. It's like Black Ops 3 all over again. Liberty Falls is going to be that map where you get used to the new mechanics, you know, get used to the map, you know, it'll be simple to understand, and you know, you can chill out on that map. Whereas Terminus, you can take what you've learned from the new mechanics within Liberty Falls, apply it to Terminus, and then just learn the map itself. But that's what it feels like for me. So will the Black Ops 6 launch be better than Black Ops 3 launch? I don't know. Obviously, I want to say this might be a bit bigger, because I know a lot of people weren't very keen on the fact that Shadows of Evil had the Cthulhu shit. Obviously not as big as that as Liberty Falls. Liberty Falls is twice as worse compared to the community's reception to that of Shadows of Evil. But my point stands. I definitely see somewhat of a similar route. Not a one-on-one similar route with how the community reacted to Shadows of Evil compared to that of Liberty Falls, but similar. And honestly, I definitely think, you know, BO3 will still take it overall. And no, I'm not riding Black Ops 3's big fat fucking cock, alright? I'm just saying, you know, with Black Ops 3, you know, it had, you know, a cool ass HUD dedicated to zombies. Black Ops 6, as much as I don't even mind the HUD, it's not zombified. And Black Ops 3, you know, had one of the greatest launch maps being Shadows of Evil, you know, bringing in a cool cast, bringing in a cool, you know, quest, one of the greatest and the most powerful wonder weapon of all time. Compared to that of Terminus, I don't know how Terminus will live up to that, but again, I still think Terminus will be a top 3 map. Of course, the Giant to Liberty Falls, I'll just see. If anything, I might even go as to say I will probably like Liberty Falls more than the Giant, simply just because of the fact that it will have a fully fledged main quest. Unless the main quest actually sucks dick, but I'll just need to see. Only time will tell. That's the answer I'm going to give you. Will BO6's launch be better? I don't know. Will it beat Black Ops 3's launch? I don't know. But in my opinion, we'll just need to see. I can't give a concrete answer. All I can say is that it has potential to. I think it really all depends on how people feel with Terminus. Because honestly, people could just screw off of Liberty Falls and just say, no, Terminus feels so great compared to that of the Giant and Shadows of Evil. That alone could make, you know, the community's reception of Black Ops 6's launch better. But again, that's just me. That's me probably just, you know, glazing, you know, Black Ops 6 at this point. I haven't even played the fucking game yet. But aside from that, that's all I can really say. It has potential to be better than Black Ops 3's launch. I don't think it will, but I definitely still think it will be a great launch. It still has huge potential to be better than Black Ops 3 launch. But only time will tell when the game releases on October 25th. But yes, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please subscribe, leave a like, click the notification bell, also to the channel. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you all within the next video live stream. And goodbye.